Warning. Any advice or opinion given in this video should not be taken seriously. We are not medical professionals, and we highly recommend you take the unfactual, ridiculous advice of the expert overlords on TV. Coming up on today's episode of the Swamp News Network, we're going to be talking about overdoses skyrocketing throughout the coronavirus pandemic. I'm going to tell you why that is. We're going to be talking about Biden's picks and how they all seem to be very pro-gun regulation. Also, there's a new strain of coronavirus coming out magically from somewhere. We don't know where, but it's just evaporated into the air. Stay tuned.
Given that's how we live it, don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in the business.
Only change the distribution of resources. I like to say very bluntly, our mission is to redistribute wealth. A lot of people bristle at that phrase. That is, in fact, the phrase we need to use.
What's going on, everybody? How are you? Welcome back to the Swamp News Network. I am your host, Ian Ovens. It is December 20th, 2020. It's Sunday, and we are ending another week in this catastrophic year of 2020, where we have just been fighting our asses off, the Patriots of this United States of America, to make sure that she doesn't fall, and we're going to continue to do so into 2021 because we don't give up. We don't cry victim, and we don't give up. And that's what I love about Patriots of America. And so I thought it important to play that clip of de Blasio saying that this, right now, the pandemic is the transfer of wealth. And that's what's happening. And wow, they're admitting it now. They're admitting it that this is what's going on. They are transferring wealth. They are shutting down mom and pop businesses and taking money away from the middle America working class so that they can give it to the elites. So that the elites can become richer. Amazon, Walmart, Target, big box stores. So that's what's happening, guys. They're now admitting it. They are openly admitting it. But let's get into our first story today. We've got a story from Breitbart. I got a couple stories for you, actually. The first one is overdoses, guys. Overdoses hit a record 81,230, accelerated during coronavirus pandemic. So I'm a recovering addict and alcoholic. I don't know if you guys knew that, but this makes my blood boil. And you know, I believe firmly that everybody has, you know, accountability for themselves. So these people that are overdosing, you know, I don't think that the everyday average American can really understand what they're struggling with, those demons that they are battling with addiction. I was lucky enough by the grace of God to find him and you know, be able to overcome these things. But I struggled for 13 years. And now, you know, am able to, and I really think it's a maturity thing too. I really think it's a thing where you just have to be ready to stand up in your own life, stand on your own 2 feet, take control of your life, and stop letting any outside source run you. And that's what happened with me. I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm done letting drugs run me. I'm done letting my family tell me what to do. I'm going to take control of my life and make sure that I'm doing what I need to do for myself so that I can be the best person I possibly can for my family. And this just, it pisses me off, guys. So the CDC says that overdoses have hit record highs. This is from Breitbart again, guys. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has reported that there were 81,230 drug overdose deaths in the year ending May 2020. A new record driven by fentanyl, with deaths accelerating, which is from China, by the way, with deaths accelerating during the coronavirus pandemic lockdowns. It also indicates a concerning acceleration of the increase in drug overdose deaths, which the largest increase recorded from March 2020 to May 2020, coinciding with the implementation of widespread mitigation measures for the C-19 pandemic. Though overdose deaths declined 4.1% from 2017 to 2018, so we were making progress there, the CDC says they have recently accelerated. I wonder why that is, CDC. Could it possibly be that you're destroying everybody's life? Is that possible? That you're stripping everything that they have from them? Their savings, their checking accounts, their businesses, making them go deeper into credit card debt. I mean, suicide is through the roof. Overdose is through the roof. It's frustrating, guys. And, you know, they don't care, though. They don't care. That's what I was trying to tell you guys before. Their foot is on the gas, full throttle with this great reset. They are not stopping for anything. They are transferring this wealth, and that's what it is. It's a shutdown of the U.S. economy and transforming into a global economy. So I got another one here from Breitbart. And this is crazy. Check this out. I'm going to show you this, guys. Check this out. So check this out, guys. We've got overdoses kill 621 in San Francisco. Thus far in 2020, coronavirus kills 173. Drug overdoses have killed 621 people in San Francisco this year. Nearly 4 times as many have been killed by COVID-19, according to the San Francisco Chronicle. Wow. So guys, this hits very close to home for me, and that's why I wanted to start out this episode with it, because I feel like it's very important to make sure that everyone knows that by locking people down, locking businesses down, shutting down businesses, taking people's livelihoods away, taking people's abilities to make money for their families away, causing more domestic violence in the homes, causing suicide, causing children's mental states to decline, is killing people a lot more than COVID-19 is. And that's very important. That's something that everybody out there needs to understand right this second. I'm going to continue on with this article. 58 more people died of drug overdoses in San Francisco last month, bringing the yearly total to at least 621. That compares to 441 deaths in all of 2019. The latest numbers put San Francisco on track to losing nearly 2 people a day by the end of the year and dwarf the 173 deaths from COVID-19 the city has seen so far this year. The drug crisis has been exacerbated by fentanyl, a powerful opioid that can be 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. While stay-at-home orders may have made it harder to some addicts to feed their habit, which it hasn't, those who have continued using drugs have done so in relative isolation, meaning that they are less likely to find help if they have an overdose. The Chronicle noted that the number of overdose deaths would have been higher, but for the fact that emergency personnel used the Narcan drug to save people roughly 3,000 times through the beginning of November. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued a report on Thursday indicating that approximately 81,230 drug overdoses have occurred in the United States in the past 12 months, ending in May 2020. A new record. A new record. We're counting deaths now as records. The increase in drug overdose deaths appear to have accelerated during COVID-19 pandemic, the CDC noted. Exactly. I wonder why. I wonder why that is. And it really pisses me off, guys. I mean, I go to a very dark place when I start thinking about these dictators in the government who are doing this, and they could all stand up and say something and say, no, we're not doing this to our people. We work for the people. We're going to start helping them instead of killing them. But that's not what they want to do. But we got to move on to our next story, guys. But I just want you guys to understand and know right now that the lockdowns and the COVID-19, the Great Reset, what they are doing to us is they are murdering us by locking us in our homes. People are not mentally stable to have this happening to them, and they're dying. And it's another way to depopulate, and that's what they're doing. That's what the globalists are doing. They're depopulating. That's what Bill Gates is doing. He's depopulating. All right, but we're going to move on to our next story, guys. We're going to look at a list of Joe Biden's cabinet picks. And I'm not going to call him president-elect, but we're going to look at a list of Joe Biden's cabinet picks who are pro-gun control. They want to take our guns away as well. on top of murdering us. If you murder us all, you're not even going to worry about it. So, but let's take a look at this article, guys. At least 5 of President Joe Biden's cabinet picks ahead of his supposed inauguration have expressed pro-gun control views in the past. 4 of the former vice president's elections have called for an assault weapons ban, and one of whom has been appointed to a top domestic policy role. Pro-Second Amendment groups like the Gun Owners of America fear a continuous court battle over the next 4 years is brewing. Well, I'm hoping that at least you guys can see what's going on here. And you know who the left is. You can see who the left is. You can see who these people... I'm not even going to call them the left because I don't like to think left and right. I like to think Constitution or unconstitution. That's what I look at when I look at politics. You're not going to take our guns away. Guns aren't scary. Guns are protection. People who use guns in a poor way need to be locked up. And that's that. And that's been working. We've been doing that. All these, mass shootings and stuff, I'm not even convinced that were done by people who were just random Americans. I think they were set up on purpose so that gun control could be put in place. But that's just my opinion. So we're going to take a look at now, guys, how the Chinese government has infiltrated America, and how, if Biden does somehow get into the White House, what's going to happen? I mean, China's going to be right in the Oval Office with him. So what are we going to do, guys? What are us Patriots going to do? Because I'm not going to allow America to be ran by China. Like, it really already has for the longest time. I mean, our jobs have been sold over there. I mean, they got Uyghur Muslims locked up over there in concentration camps. They're harvesting organs. China is doing some crazy shit right now that I'm not going to allow them to come over here and start doing, and Joe Biden's not either. And we got to do something, guys. We got to rise up, and we got to say, no, this ain't happening. So, I'm so sick of this smug-ass Joe Biden, who's a piece of shit, and we all know it, and we're not going to allow him to take the Oval Office being infiltrated by China. It's not happening. It's not. So, I don't care how much you leftists want to say Joe Biden's going to be in the White House. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, there's a lot we can do about it, and we're going to do it. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that he does not make it into the White House. And if that includes airing out all his dirty laundry and making sure that everybody knows who he is so that they can truly see this man, then that's what we'll have to do. But that's what we're going to do. And the last thing we're going to talk about today, guys, we got to move on to this. The Surgeon General cites, this is from CBS News, of course. No, it's not a credible news source, but Surgeon General cites antibody treatment for Trump's vaccine delay. And also, they're coming out and saying there's a new strand now. That apparently, there's a new strand of coronavirus, and it's just a bunch of bullshit, guys. It's a bunch of bullshit. Viruses have been around for thousands of years. Since the inception of the human body, viruses have been there to go along with it. So let's not start freaking out now over viruses that have been around forever. People have been fighting them forever. People have been dying them forever. People have been overcoming them forever. There's medicines now where there's lots of stuff. So I'm sorry. I'm not a medical professional. Do not take my advice seriously. But the coronavirus is bullshit. I hope they don't nuke this video. They probably will. Whatever. I'll create another one right after it then if that happens. But we're being infiltrated by China. It's clear. We're also being terroristically attacked by the Democrats. That's clear as well. We need to stand up and fight and not allow this to continue to happen. We need to protect this great country once and for all. Alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode today. I love everybody. Check us out on social media. Make sure you check out the American Pride Reinforcement Party. Make sure you check out BitChute. Make sure you go down and you check out our main channel, Swamp News Network Channel 1. We're going to be back over there maybe in a couple weeks. But yeah, I love everybody, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Well, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. It'll be Monday. Today's Sunday. I hope everybody has a great, great Sunday. Spend a lot of time with your families. Hug and kiss them. Love on them. And, the nuclear family is so important, guys. We got to make sure that the nuclear family is like this. Okay? Because that's nuclear. It's the center of the family. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Peace out. I'll check you guys tomorrow.
Well, you are right that Friday we finally got our FBI briefing. It was just the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, and myself. It was a very thorough briefing. No one that was in that room could walk out and say Eric Swalwell should be on the Intel Committee. I don't know, they had a briefing before in 2015, and I don't know what that briefing was like compared to this one, but it could not have been the same. The one answer that I got out of that briefing was there is no way Eric Swalwell should continue to serve on the Intel Committee. And the challenge here is the leaders of both parties are the only people who select to go on the Intel Committee. That is why today, Maria, what I'm going to request, that every single member on the House Intelligence Committee gets the exact same briefing from the FBI that I did. Because if this individual is sitting on this committee, Eric Swalwell, they've got to know the background of what has gone on.